Hello and good afternoon. Can you just test your mic and introduce yourself, please?
Good morning. I am Becca Member, and I'll be joining Mr. Fires on basic differentiation.
Okay, thank you for joining my class. Hi, my name is Fiaz and I'm a second year mechanical student, and I'll be teaching you the basics on basic differentiation. So before we start, I'll go over a few of the basic rules. So one of the rules is that if you are given a constant, so a constant is anything such as a whole number, which is 1, 2, 3. Any whole number is a constant, right? The second rule is if we are given a variable like x squared or y squared and we need to differentiate. So when we differentiate, there's two methods: first principle and then the formula sheet. We are going to use the one on the formula sheet. So when we are given x squared and we need to differentiate x squared, so f of x this means function, right? So now we're going to differentiate the function using the formula, which is n x n minus 1. In this case our n is equal to 2. So let me just clear this thing. Do you need time to take this down? I'll give you about 1 second sorry 1 minute to just write down the notes. Sorry, let me turn off the camera so you can focus on the whiteboard. Okay. So let me delete this. So using this formula, we can see that our answer will be x will be 2x 2 minus 1, which is 2x is equal to fx dash, which means the derivative of the function fx squared. So the derivative of fx squared is equal to 2x. So these are the basic rules for differentiation. So now we will move on and do a couple of exercises. I will do one of them and then you should be able to do the next two. So I will be taking notes because after I finish number 1 you will have to do number 2 and number 7, so I can assist if you understand the work. Okay, so for number 1 you are given 3x squared minus 5x minus 7. So in the exam room you will be given a function which is 3x squared minus 5x minus 7 dx. So now we're going to differentiate this. Don't forget to indicate that you are differentiating. Okay, so now we are going to use the second rule, which is n x n minus 1. Okay, so let's simplify this before we continue. So I like to take out the constants. So before, most students they go directly to the answer, but I think you will understand better when I do it like this. So looking at the formula, we keep the constant the same, and then the answer for x squared will be 2x 2 minus 1, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so the next one is 5. The constant over here is 1, so then it will be 1 minus 1, which is 0. And we know that x to the power 0 is equal to 1. Our next case, we have a constant. So we go back and we look at what we should do if we are given a constant. So if we are given a constant, if we are given a constant, our answer, we have to indicate first. So our answer would be 0 for constants, right? So over here we'll have a 0. So now we can write our final answer using this. Our final answer for number 1. So remember, this is if x. So now f dash x is equal to 3 minus 2, and 3 multiplied by 2 is 6x. 5 multiplied by 1 is minus 5. So this would be your answer for question number 1. Okay. Kake, do you have any questions? Do you understand the steps that have been taken?
Yes, I do understand all the steps. They were very clear.
Very clear? Okay, thank you. So now, sorry, I forgot my mic was turned off. So now I'm going to allow you to answer the next question, and you would have to tell me what I should do to answer this question. Okay, so question number 2 is 4 to the power 5. 4x to the power 5 plus 3x cubed minus 2x. So what would be your first step?
So my first step would start by initially saying f of x is equals to 4x. 4 actually, hold on please.
Okay.
4 open bracket x to the 5 d over dx close brackets plus 3 open brackets x cubed d dx and then minus 2 open brackets x d over dx. Then from this step I can see clearly which rule to use. For the first one, I'll use my first rule. So I bring down the 5.
Okay.
And then it's x to the power 5 minus 1, which is 4.
5 minus 1 is 4. Okay.
And then plus 3 constant, and then bring down the 3. Then it's x 3 minus 1, which is 2. And then 2, and then for x it's just 1.
Okay.
Then for my final answer, I'll be left with f of x dash is equals to 20. 4 times 5 is 20, x4 plus 3 times 3 is 9, x squared minus 2. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kaki, for answering that question, and you are 100% correct. That is the correct answer, and that is how you should answer it. But before I end of the class, I would like to tell you something like this: what you did here, right? This is just for me to explain to you what you should do, but in the exam room, you will be given x dash and you would be given a function, and then d over dx would be illustrated at the end of the function. Okay, but for illustration purposes, I showed the exercise by including them close to the variables. So you don't need to rewrite this multiple times. You can just write it once after a function that is given to you. So I hope you learned something, and thank you, Kaki, for joining.
Thank you very much as well. It was a lovely lesson.
Likewise. Thank you, and goodbye.